Once you are done practicing different lettering styles and linear designs, you can start your sketchbook cover. This folded paper will be used all year, so please treat your cover with care and do not rush to complete this project. I will be adding pages to your cover once you are completed with the design, so this will become a sketchbook. Each student needs the following materials: a folded neon colored paper, this is the cover of your sketchbook, a Sharpie matte paper, this goes underneath whenever we're using a Sharpie in art class, a provided Sharpie, a provided black pen, and a pencil and eraser that you have at school or at home. The Sharpie and pen are special to own this year. You will only be getting one to use for the entire school year in art class. Please keep track of your materials and do not waste on outside work or use other than instructed for art class. Remember to put the cover on the Sharpie tightly and to close your pen whenever you are not using it. You must use the Sharpie matte paper under your work whenever you are using the permanent marker. Sharpie is permanent, meaning it stains and it lasts forever. Any student found using the permanent marker other than instructed will be reported to Mr. Callahan. Your teacher may also take away your Sharpie if needed. Okay, let's get started. So first off, I'm going to teach you a trick to make things centered. So you may decide that you want your letters to not be centered and to maybe go horizontally or vertically. That is up to you, but I want you to think about where you're placing your letters and how that is a part of your design. So to center, here's a fun trick you can use, not only for this project, but in general to make things center. So you can choose to use either like 3 fingers to line this up or your whole hand, but you'll start with your left hand and line up the outside of your left hand, so your pinky, with the edge of the paper, and then make with your pencil a mark on the inside of your hand, and then you're going to do the same thing with your right hand on the right edge of your paper. So you'll line up your fingers and then make a mark on the inside. And then you have these 2 nice lines that will help you get your name in the center. So you guys have already been practicing your bubble letters, but here I'm going to walk you through it again. So I'm writing my name lightly in pencil with the letters spread apart. Remember, we are going to trace around these letters. Now I'm going to go in with my Sharpie and trace around the letters. So I still can see the original line drawing of my name that I wrote. Remember the inside of letters like the R and the A to do that circle. They might look a little silly, and that's what you're missing. And then just go in and erase on top, and you can erase over everything. Sharpie does not get erased, that's the nice thing. The pen can sometimes get smeared with your eraser, so keep that in mind. But Sharpie, it dries pretty quickly, and then just go ahead and erase everything until your paper is clean. Once your name is on the page, you will divide your paper front and back into 8 to 12 different sections. Using Sharpie or a pen if you prefer, draw a variety of lines and shapes to break up the page into different parts. It looks nice to have the lines go off the edge of the page, so make sure you have your Sharpie mat underneath so you don't damage the table. These lines and shapes will break up the page into different sections or pieces that we will later fill with linear designs. Draw lines vertically, which is up and down, horizontally, which is left to right, or diagonally at an angle. You could also make curved or free-form lines across your paper to section out your page. You could also draw large shapes that are either freestyle or freeform or geometric, like circles, squares, or other basic shapes, to create frames that you will fill with linear designs. Once you have 8 to 12 sections, or more if you choose, put your Sharpie away as you will not be needing it anymore. Remember to put the cap back on your Sharpie and double click it tight. With your sections or frames drawn, now you will use your black pen to fill the sections with a variety of linear designs. A linear design is a design made of lines that often uses repetition or repeating variety of lines. You can choose from the examples I share on Schoology in the Linear Designs folder, or you can invent your own. Although I am open to you finding resources or videos on your own, please do not trace for this assignment. This is all about seeing what you can do and getting practice. Drawing lines is an excellent practice we need, and we miss out on progress when we choose to trace instead. Remember, we are not filling in large areas with black, so you should be done using your Sharpie by now. I know it looks nice to have that dark contrast. I totally understand that, but we need to use this Sharpie all year, and I want this to be focused on line. So here's a time lapse of me working on my folder. You see I'm kind of starting by tracing on the inside and outside of those sections out of shapes and lines. I'm kind of just drawing some wiggly lines. I'm just doing whatever feels natural. So don't think about it too much. Definitely be careful with what you're doing, but kind of get in the groove of what you're doing and just do what feels natural to you. So here's something I don't want you to do. So I like how I just made this grid with lines, and then I went back in with my Sharpie. So I know that looks so cool, but I don't want you guys to do that because we really need to conserve our Sharpie so we can use that all year. And also it will bleed through, and then it just kind of makes a mess. So here I'm just kind of drawing different random shapes with my pen. And then later, if I have time, I can fill those shapes again with more designs. So I'm kind of doing it in a way that has a lot of overlapping, and there's not like a perfect pattern to this. Yours might look a lot more geometric. Maybe you want to section out your paper like a grid. So you can be creative with this. Basically, what I need to see from you is that you can show me a variety, so different, of line designs. So that might look a lot different than mine. Obviously, some people don't like flowers, so that wouldn't make sense. You could draw like a character you like, but you're not going to be shading anything in, remember. It will be made of lines or an outline, which is something we'll learn about shortly. So as you can see, I'm just kind of going through my paper and finding open spaces to fill with different shapes and line designs. So I have my iPad with those different examples I shared with you to use as inspiration. So don't think about it too much and just kind of get comfortable with drawing lines repeated. It's actually kind of fun, and you might find that you get really focused while doing this. So I went back with my Sharpie and added just a few more lines, but again, I'm not going to be filling anything in. So stripes, dots, curvy lines are always fun to draw. When in doubt, you can just find a line and then keep repeating it, and it makes a nice pattern or a linear design. So keep doing this until you know you have shown a variety of lines and that your work looks balanced and finished. So I do want you to relax with this. Do not stress out, but again, don't rush through this. You might find that it's very fun to actually kind of just focus on drawing lines. So I hope you enjoy this project. I'm so excited to see these covers, and I'm excited to fill them with pages to give back to you. So thanks for working hard. Can't wait to see your work.